Hey, what is going on, everybody? It feels like it's been a bit. Took a few days vacation, and I missed you. I missed you a lot. What is going on? Holy cow! Holy cow! Slaymon and Jacob, dudes, thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. I didn't have my headset on, so I did not hear alerts. Jacob, is that you, Jacob? Like the because the profile picture is different, but I see the wrench. So I think that's the Jacob we all know and love. And Slaymon, dude, thank you. We'll get you guys set up on the Discord server for sure. You clear best emoji, second best mutant, best streamer. Yeah, I wanted to have some fun with it. I had some fun with it. Raphael did a great job with the that sticker there. I personally love it. I think it fits perfectly with what we're doing on the Discord server and having a blast with it. So you clearly haven't seen the emote Vega made for me. And do you know a champ named AA? the Jacob emote. So that is the Jacob. That is the Jacob we know and love. He just reminds me he's a captain. He's a captain. Obviously, that does not only apply to sports. You can be captains in a lot more things than sports. But I know he loves Liverpool. And having been and played a lot of sports, mainly when I was younger, of course, and being on teams, I know what captains are like, or at least good ones anyway. And Jacob he just acts that way. And usually that's the captain, is they're acting that way before they're the captain. Yeah, Slavon, I make emotes or emojis or stickers. It depends on what platform you're using for all the moderators. Once we have a good one, I don't want to force it. And like Spinnakers is a perfect example of why I am not forcing it, because I was going to kind of go with one and it would have been a bit forced. And then he hit us with that rap battle, and holy smokes, I am glad I waited. That is what his emote is going to be. It's just a matter of figuring out a good one. I love seeing people using the posh. I love posh. So many people have got to be like, why did Vega just respond to my YouTube comment with white Magneto with the word posh? What is that all about? Yeah, Slayman, this is exactly, you called it. It's funny. You are predicting the future. It's going to be funny when Vega has tears of joy before his stream even starts. Like, you are experiencing that right now, where I'm like, I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. And like, you guys are all hitting me with these awesome welcomes back. Judah, what is up? LC, how you doing, dude? Briefcase Joe. Hey, everybody. Hope all's coming out of a nasty... Ooh, good, good. I'm glad you're coming out of it. Not COVID, right? Yeah, that's always the question these days. That's always the question. My R2, my 6-star videos are no. Prem, I think so. I think so. If you like her, if you enjoy what she does, there's been a lot of progress in the Cosmic class since she was dominating the game. But I think she's probably still worthy. It depends on what your other options are. And I always advise, right? What does your account need and what sounds fun, or like what is fun? Just make sure you're having fun the next day. Because it's really fun to open a ton of crystals, but then, the next day. Or it's really cool to rank up this one champion, and then that's who you've now ranked up. So, but yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember her awakened ability, though. I feel like I recall it being kind of important, but not something you necessarily had to put a ton of SIGs into. We could check that out, though, if anyone in the chat has a good idea. Hope everyone's having a good day. Just 100% week 10. I don't need to fight the Grandmaster again anytime soon. Christopher, that's exactly how I feel. And then OG Highline coming in strong. Got to start off the proper way. Dude, I love it. Thank you so much. Let's get that updated. Mm-hmm. All right, I believe we've got that updated properly. Yeah, you guys did get crazy before the stream. But hey, I love it. You can see I usually talk for a little bit about like what's going on as a way of entering, but the support is just, I think, what we've got to focus on. Oh, is it? So is it still any member for the chat? Jacob, any member for the chat? Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me do an official announcement on that. But that's a good point, and I will say that now. Anyone who, just so you guys are here, there's a few of us, and anyone who's considering getting a membership, this could be a good time to do it. I have recently kind of reprioritized some of the stuff. For this month, we're going to be in the month of September here tomorrow. For the month of September, any member who joins in the month of September or who has previously joined will get access to the private chat. There's a private chat on the Discord server, a private channel. Time just being what it is, that is what I've decided. That's where I can focus my time. I do not have the ability to check every channel on the Discord server. And it's cool. It has grown a lot. I think we're over 500 members now, many of whom are active, asking for advice, having fun, talking about, like I just found out today that apparently Shang-Chi is not going to be on Disney Plus this Friday, which is really disappointing, but we've got a variety of channels. It's an absolute blast, but it's grown significantly larger than I can keep up with. And so what I've decided to do is just really focus on the private members channel, because that's been there for, I think, like 6 or 7 months now. And then anyone who wants to sign up and have access to that, if you sign up for any form of membership, we have three forms there that I wanted to have for a variety of, for levels for people. Those people will continue to have access to the private members channel for, for eternity, for as long as we're doing this thing and having a blast together. So hopefully that's clear. And that could also be like, you don't have to sign up for the most expensive one. And if you have, hey, consider dropping down to one of the more moderate ones, and you'll still have all of those same privileges. You'll have all those same privileges that will not change, because I can control that on the Discord side. I can't control that on the YouTube side. Hopefully that made sense. I'll get it out in a video or something like that. But thank you for bringing that up. Jason Jabbar, Jay, well, what's up? It's all good, dude. Yeah, I saw your message. I'll be happy to chat. It's just gonna have to be a little bit later today, because as soon as we finish this, we're gonna move over. We are gonna stream raid someone today. They're doing something really cool. As you guys know, I don't typically raid people for a variety of reasons, mainly because I enjoy so many different channels. There's often more than one person I enjoy on at a time, and I can never choose. I'm bad at that stuff. But someone had put out today that they're doing something. It's Taters. I don't know why I'm being all secretive. Taters is going to be finishing up Summer of Pain, so I think we should all go and support him. Plus, he's a blast. He's an absolute blast. Like, I really enjoy it. He's very different than me, for those of you who know it, and I absolutely enjoy it. Josh, what's up, dude? It's been a bit. Great to see you. How am I liking Strife and friends at R3? I love Strife at R3. Let's go ahead and see him. There's some stuff in the lanes I left that are a little bit of a struggle for him, but he's an absolute blast. And I just finished up Summer of Pain. It was actually this morning, but it was pretty much done last night. And he was by far my best. Well, Aegon was really good for the Grandmaster, but Strife was awesome. Strife was awesome for it. I really do like him. Hey, so I got Strife from my 5-star Nexus. I have a gem. Should I rank him up over Professor X? Isaac, I was totally like, yes, dude, go for it. Hopefully you enjoy the stream. And then you said Professor X. I think Professor X is, to me, one of the best champions in the game. He's definitely like what I call top shelf. I absolutely love him, and he is one of the champions that I'm consider taking to rank 4 as my first rank 4 champion when I get those materials here in a day or two. I like Strife. I think if the game progresses in a certain way, we may one day be talking about him that way, but that's too many contingencies. Right now, he is an excellent champion, but I don't think he's in the same category as Professor X. So I would recommend Professor X, especially if you enjoy playing Professor X. Hey, Vega, I got I-Bomb yesterday from 6-star Nexus. Had to choose between I-Bomb and Spider-Ham. Went with I-Bomb, as suggested by our fellow Discord members. Beautiful. That's awesome. There you go. I hadn't even seen that yet. That's what our Discord server does, and I think that was the right call. I love Spider-Ham. I love playing Spider-Ham. I think I-Bomb has more uses and is going to see you through more content than Spider-Ham, even though Spider-Ham is a very good champion. Oh, I see. What is up, dude? If I don't get an APOC or Name Dupe from the SOP 6-star shards, strong chance my Strife will join you. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I know to me, APOC's the one worth holding out for, but it's just so difficult, right? I think you're smart to really set a limit on it, because if we don't do that, then we're just going to hold on forever. We're going to hold on forever. Are you opening up those 6 stars? I might, Jake. I hadn't planned on it, but I'm just in such a good mood. What's up, Spin? I got to get through this so we can actually do some gameplay. Vega got a choice between Dragonman, Falcon, and Diablo. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you kidding me? You picked Diablo because Clem, that is one of the best Nexuses I've ever heard of. I think you made a great choice. I think Diablo probably is quote unquote the best out of them. I just really like Dragon Man. I really like Dragon Man, and I don't like Falcon as much as other people do, just because I don't like his play style. But he can do a ton. He can do a ton. Open 1 6-star. Yeah, you know what, guys? We will. We're gonna open 2. We're having too much fun. Do much support today. I can't. I'm gonna want to do a little bit of gameplay. You guys have been sitting there. I really appreciate it. So we're gonna do 2 of these. We're gonna do these 2. We're gonna do out of these 2, and I am gonna record it. I'm gonna record it here, so I can get a little video. I'm gonna add it to probably my Summer of Pain opening. So let's go ahead and open these up. So I'm going to go into a little bit more video and whatever. You guys are fine. You know the deal. Here we go. All right. So we're going to open up these 2. We are on stream, but I wanted to include this with my Summer of Pain opening because they are part of it. We're still Hulk hunting. I'm still Hulk hunting. I badly would love to awaken my Immortal Hulk and my She-Hulk. And I would like to awaken my Ultron. I would like to awaken my Ultron and potentially King Groot. I don't know. I'm not sure on that because I'm not sure I really need what he does. But those are the 2 that we'll be going for. We will spin them. We will spin them out. I am resting the lucky hat. It is right next to me. But we got America and Waylon in progress in the background. So we're going to open both of these. I'm going to full commit. I always think Kabam likes to see that. It makes no sense, but it makes me feel better. Here we go. Let's open these up. And let's awaken Immortal Hulk. Let's awaken Immortal Hulk or get SIG levels on one of these champions that I absolutely love playing. I see Fury coming around. That would be very, very cool. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. OG Highline coming in strong. Nice. Okay, I'm actually excited about that. I am, and you can see why. It's going to awaken this guy, which is an important part of his kit, as we all know. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's way better than the Guardian that was spinning around, that was scaring the heck out of me. Guardian, obviously a significantly better champion. I just already have him at SIG 200. So, all right, here we go. Next one. Let's get one of those Hulks. Not Gladiator Hulk. He's like, I'm a Hulk. Do I count? No, you do not. You do not. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, check out the SIG on this guy. Check out the SIG on this. You guys are not going to believe it. That is all natural. That is all. I think he was in a featured crystal like a year ago, maybe. And I pulled him like 3 or 4 times. And he's still at rank 2. He is still at rank 2. I mean, you can't complain about that, right? I am definitely not going to complain. So I think there might be one more crystal in the actual video. So thanks so much for watching, and we will move over to that. All right, so we'll stop recording now. OG Highline, dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think you're, and the good luck there was why we got Colossus. SIG 200. That's wild, right? I mean, that is literally all natural. No SIGs were put into that guy. I'm my Hulk. Do I count? No, you don't. Oh, got it. Yeah, exactly. How many people would love to have that Colossus? Did you see who will be the next champ in the featured arena? No. Who is it? Did we have that information now? PWF. What's up, man? It's great to see you here. Thank you so much. Who is it going to be? Buddy Lee might become. Is he thinking about iHulk? I mean, I'm in his alliance. I should see. Like I said, I've been on vacation for. I think I left early Thursday morning, and just that's the way it was. It was a work trip and then vacation. I was very behind on literally everything. Fix It's going to the arena. Wow, that is definitely not the Hulk I wanted either. A Gladiator Hulk would have been a much better Hulk. He used to say they're possibly worse than Strife. Okay, that's too far. Jacob, no, man, I love the humor. Medusa is... Wow, she was in the... there was a crystal for her. Wow. What's up, K-Dog? How you doing, man? Top Ray, that was what I was thinking. Like, although I've tried 2 grinds, and at some point in both of them, I realized I'm like, I can't do this. Like, I will not be able to do this and still do the other things I want to do. If I ever going to do it, I'm going to have to start it on a Monday. All right, let's actually play this game. Let's have some fun with it. Thanks, LC, man. Thanks, and take care, dude. Great to see you. Always appreciate you stopping by and the support. Jacob, dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Congrats on executing our plan, Vega. Good job. Was that the plan of getting me to open up crystals? See, all right, I'll go ahead. I can see that, we got quite a few people on, and I will tell you guys, because I believe you actually are interested in this. Because I know so many people are like, hey, why haven't you started saving yet? I think I'm going to hunt Kitty Pryde. I really like her. I like a lot of what she does. And I think she's one of these champions who is good, who will be good in the current game. I think she will very much fit in the current meta and be very effective. I know for a fact that there are pieces to her kit that help her with challenges that have just been implemented into the game. And I'm mainly talking about the True Focus. That is clearly a part of the game. I don't anticipate going away. Maybe it will, but I don't anticipate it. And so I don't see her kind of falling off anytime soon. In fact, she seems like she may be suited to get better or more valuable. Now, that's just purely me prognosticating, okay? That's not like CCP information. That's just me, things I've noticed this before. The most recent example I will give you, and I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, or it's going to be in a video soon, is Hercules. And Hercules is actually why I still have not fully decided who's going to be my first rank 4. It was going to be Shang-Chi, and I was choosing between Shang-Chi and Professor X. But Hercules has continued to kind of like put his hand up in the air and be like, hey, remember, I'm here. Obviously, his prestige is excellent. I will very easily be able to take him to SIG 200. I already have him at SIG like 160. And the thing that I'm talking about with him is clearly he can dominate current content. But there was something in his kit that really stood out to me, and I kind of wondered about it, is if you guys think about it, he does not have armor breaks, which is unusual for the Cosmic class. He does not have them native on his kit, but he can add them very easily with Captain America Infinity War, who is an awesome champion who you're very happy to bring. And then now, lo and behold, we have Nimrod coming into the game, who, if I remember correctly, he like can be armor broken, but it doesn't remove armor, and it actually like increases the strength of them. And then there's Hercules, right? And so, is that a reason to rank Hercules by itself? No, absolutely not. But it's the kind of little thing I look for in when I'm trying to make these very difficult decisions. So I think keep that kind of stuff in mind. Again, I'm not saying that makes Hercules necessarily better than Shang-Chi or Professor X. I just think that that's a thing to keep an eye on, right? Like an eyebrow is raised. I'm going to pay attention to it. And how does that all relate? How did we even get on that? Is I think I'm going to hunt Kitty Pryde. I think I'm going to hunt her with this crystal with Penny. If I do that, and if I'm able to pull her, then there's a very good chance I almost completely bypass this next featured crystal, because I'll have all the featured champions that I want. We'll see. That's just kind of how my brain works and how I enjoy playing the game. That's a lot of ifs, a lot of whats. I think the relevant part there to take away was that sometimes champions have this kind of piece of their utility that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, and then eventually it starts to. Imam, oh yeah, we're eventually going to play this game. Eventually. Kitty Pryde will be a nightmare on defense. I think she will too. I think she's going to be a problem. I think it's going to be like a Mighty Charge, but worse somehow. KT, what's up? Lefty, how you doing, man? Knight, what's going on, dude? Oh, Fella's here, dude. Look at the Vega abandoning. I have not abandoned him. He's still at rank 3. I'm not asking for a rank down ticket. He's still where I'm leaning. Just kind of some stuff I'm thinking. Fluffy, what's up, man? How you doing? And the Kitty will fill the void America left in your heart. I'm going for Kitty too. I think she will. Don't think I'm done. Don't think I'm done with America. I have been lobbying as best I can for America to get a buff. But they're like, dude, she just came out. Like, calm down. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. Let's see how our boy Strife can do. Play this game. Oh, see, I forgot what synergies I brought. I should have actually just stayed invisible. This node, I think this node kind of screws with him. If I hadn't wanted to play Strife so bad, I would definitely just play APOC. See if she tacks in. Oh, she did. So that's not ideally what you wanted to be doing here, but it's fun. All right. I don't remember her animations at all. I'm going to try to just get her to throw this. That's not good. Wow. That's bad. All right. There we go. Strife up your life, folks. See how awesome he is? What's up, BK? How you doing, man? Penny Parker's already wrecking peeps in Alliance War, from what I hear. Yeah, you know what? I am in like an alumni chat with SSX, who, as I've talked about before, is very good at war. And I think they just soloed a boss. I think they just soloed an R3 boss. Now, it was a very good player. I think it was Oakley, who is excellent at this game. So that doesn't mean that she's not a good defender. It just might mean that he took in a great counter, and he's a very good player. But we'll see. All right, there we go. That's a better way to start this off. And I'll try not to get destroyed by her special. Let's see how I do that. I make no promises. I make no promises. Wow, I do not remember her animations at all. So ideally, we would not want her at a bar power at all before we do that, but she played nicely with us there. That SP1 was significantly easier to handle than her SP2, so I'm just going to deal with it. There we go. That's better how it should be done. She'll attack in. And obviously, you know, this could go better, but that's an easy way to ramp him up. And this is a bit of an issue. It's not quite as bad as like your Gilly 99s and stuff. But the thing with Strife is his damage gets going so well that even with a small ramp, it can get difficult if you're really just trying to get a fight done and ramp him up at the same time. You kind of have to sometimes make some calculations. I don't find it to be nearly as bad as Gilly 99 because you don't have to start all over. You don't have to start all over, as you see. What's up, Vega? Enjoying some Batman? You know it, Dante. What's up, dude? Great to see you here. Fluffy, America isn't awful. People got to relax and not compare it to Hercules. Yeah, I think that was one of the problems. We're like, they came out. How did these two come out at the same time? Plus, I was just so excited for her, man. I was just so excited. Rob Riley, dude, everyone is here. This is awesome. Just got home. Glad I turned. Yeah, dude, I'm glad you did too. Thanks so much for stopping by. Last time it was on my fault. It was my fault. Strife performed badly. So, Jacob, I think it's still your fault. I think it's definitely. I don't see how this is any different. Oakley is very good. Oakley is an excellent player. Having spent one season in SX1, I think it was 1 season, 1.5 maybe. I don't remember exactly. He's an excellent player. There's a lot of very good players there. A lot. And Campo's there too now. And Topper, you're there too, right? If you're still in the chat. So they just keep getting better. In fact, they're all in BG3. BG3 is awesome. The other BGs are good too. And obviously I'm not there, so I don't remember who is, everywhere. They didn't really check with me. BG3 is excellent. DLL is in BG3. Strands is in BG3. These are really good players. I think Work is in BG2, though. I think he's with Clown. Here we go. Oh, that landed. All right, here we go. That's what I was hoping to start. Come on. Let's try to bait this one too. These are really not good matchups for Strife. I'm going to try to get to my SP2. Or should I just go all the way to SP3? Let's see. If Moleman plays nice, We'll just go all the way to SP3, see if we can't use this fight to bank up some more charges. So far, he's been pretty happy to throw his specials, so I'm contented to use this as a way to get more charges. The persistent charges there, I think they're called like telepathic charges, and they just differentiate between persistent ones and not. All right, here we go. Here we go. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? R3 Strife? Oh yeah, you know it. These have not been good matchups for him. At least this one's not. But that's the thing, is you're almost always bringing Apocalypse. Oh, look at that. Ran right into it. Got too excited. And killed him. See how good he is? See how good he is? I really think that Nimrod is going to be utility monster. I'm not as sure on Nimrod. I'm not as sure on Nimrod. I think it's going to be all about where he is on his base. What I mean by that is, and or how easy you can get both of his, I don't remember if they're called functions or modes going. If you can get both of those going, or his base is already high, then I think he's going to be amazing. I think he's potentially going to be amazing. If either it's hard to get both of those modes going, you know, or if he is just at his without both those modes going, if he's just not very good, then I think it's gonna be one of those situations where the payoff probably won't be worth all the effort to put in. I'm not sure. I think that's gonna be this one where time's going to tell. I think Kitty has the. I am more excited about Kitty based on what we currently know. Let's put it that way. Is too high. He's gonna suck. Dante, I believe that is incorrect. Unless there's been something official from Kabam on it, I believe that prestige that you're seeing on Aunt May is not correct and will be updated hopefully very, very soon. In fact, after this, maybe I'll check it. Nimrod looks like a toilet seat. He looks fun though. I actually think I understand what you're saying, and I think he looks awesome. I'm kind of excited about him. Looks like Jacob's. Yeah, he's supposed to be 6th. He does have high prestige, but he's not the new prestige king. Anyone think that Hyperion will be released as a 6-star? Some threads on the forum are talking about. I think there was an in-game mail that came out that had 6-star Hyperion. Again, I was on vacation, so I've not been paying a ton of attention. But I believe we got something in-game from Kabam that he was going to be in a crystal. If anyone could confirm that, though. Hey, Vegan Group, I have Venom Path and Tech Objective left. In Summer Pain, can Ultron take the Adaptoid and not be completely miserable? That I'm not as sure on. The not be completely miserable. I'm trying to, in fact, remember who I used. Campo, did you join, buddy?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Good, buddy. How you doing? Now I can, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, Hyperion definitely confirmed. OG Ghost Rider, Iceman, who has technically already been released in a crystal, but he'll be there as well. One of the upcoming, one of the monthly event crystals is.
Yeah, and we got a question here too about Venom and Tech Objective. Can Ultron take the Adaptoid? I would think so. I'm trying to figure out a reason why it would be any more brutal than anyone else. I used Warlock. None of my fights were... Well, that's not true. Some were pretty smooth. But I don't recall Warlock being insanely troublesome. And I'm trying to figure out if and why Ultron would be. I can't really think of a reason. Can you?
I think if we're talking about Venom to Adaptoid, that is one of the easier paths to just pick a random champ and make it work, because both of those champs can kind of be played around. Venom, you just have to make sure that you don't knock him down unless if there are 6 debuffs on him. So I actually used Cosmic Ghost Rider and I was able to knock him down because the armor breaks on the special 2. But if you just are really good at baiting his special 1 and blocking his special 2 if you have to, it'll be a long fight. You'll have class disadvantage. Not exactly a great matchup with a robot against Venom, but it can be done. And the Adaptoid is kind of similar because he doesn't have a special 3 available. You don't have to worry about pushing him to red and it costing you anything. And I've seen a lot of people use a variety of champs and just do like medium, light, 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 and then block and then bait heavies and just hope that he doesn't throw his specials into your block. So that's all to say, if that's the only thing you have left, I would pick whoever you're most comfortable with as a tech champion. Like if you have a rank 3 tech that you're really good at, and just try that like medium 3 lights and then hold block for the Adaptoid and just take as many heavy baits as you can and just hope he doesn't throw your special.
So this is the first time I'm streaming since I left on Thursday, and I use a different phone to stream, and it's a nice iPhone, and it's really not that old. I think it's only like 2 years old. But I am noticing I'm noticing a significant difference in gameplay from my new phone, and I know that there is a lot of phone discrepancy in these in who's experiencing the bugs, how bad they are, and that sort of thing. But holy smokes, like I don't want to hold on, sorry, I see Rob. I think Rob has to go. Rob's card. Oh, dude, sorry, your card needs more work. And if you had to go, buddy, I'm sorry. Hopefully I caught you before you had to leave. I really appreciate the support, as always. What I was saying, though, is I did play the game a little bit. Like, I had to get through Summer of Pain, and I was really trying to, like, just force it through between, like, I had a work meeting Thursday, and then I had fun social stuff Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so I was just trying to, like, get it done. I was on a plane, like, whatever. But I never felt like the game itself or my phone was the problem. And I was like, oh, I feel like the game has gotten significantly better as far as like the bugs and stuff. I would check my Alliance chat and the Discord server and Twitter and things every once in a while. And I would see people complaining like quite a bit. And usually people I'm not used to seeing complain about it. Some like excellent players. And just in this, like, I'm sure some of those things are my fault too. I'm not trying to just blame the game. But the game is performing significantly worse on this current phone than my other one. And this is only like a 2-year-old iPhone. So I'm starting to get a little bit of an understanding of why some people are as frustrated as they are. Let's put it that way. What's up, Agent? How you doing? Dude, Spinnaker, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, the discrepancy in devices is a real thing. And, I think when we have bad fights, when we die in war, etc., it's easy to always blame it on the bugs, and sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I think the one thing we can all agree on is that just in general, the game performance is not very consistent right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to just lead to more frustration. And yeah, for sure, certain devices are worse than others. My iPhone is, I think, an 11, so it's at least a year plus old. I've definitely had my share of fun interactions, but yeah, sorry to hear, man.
It's okay. There was a couple. The biggest thing that I felt like was sometimes like I felt like I would Dex and the Grandmaster would still hit me. But that stuff I'm usually like, well, that could have just been me. I was distracted. I'm hurrying. I'm rushing. Whatever. The SP1. I will say, like, there was a lot of times where I wanted to say that, no, I hit that Dex, but it was kind of like, to me, it kind of felt similar to the 6.2 champion, where there were times where you like, no, I got it right. But the fact of the matter is when I really did do it right, I could tell, like, I knew for a fact, and it didn't feel the same way. So that's kind of how that felt for me. If that analogy holds or is understandable. And then this just feels, this doesn't feel right. And so I'm sorry for folks who are playing through the game a little bit. I think it was good that I'm having this experience. It's helping me understand that a little bit more.
We're getting a lot of like you Dex and then you accidentally block a hit as they dash toward you or parry a hit. And obviously for the Grandmaster, who has an unblockable beam, you know, if that hits your block, that's not good.
No.
And his special one when he first came out kind of reminded me of Iron Man. And I actually watched Brian Grant's guide on the Grandmaster. He has this Colossus solo on his channel, if you remember, like a while back. And I refreshed myself by watching that. And he even said it's like Iron Man's beam. But when I was fighting him this time, it felt a lot more like Captain Marvel movies beam, if that makes sense. And I think DLL said that, or somebody else in our alliance mentioned that it felt a lot more like her beam, because that's a little bit less forgiving. You have to kind of like not 5-hit combo and then dash back. You have to kind of be in the right spacing to get it.
Yeah, there was a couple of things with his SP1 that were interesting to me, and I did all of this in a period of like 3 days, so it was successive. One was, I felt like he was almost more likely to throw it if I was close to him and I was blocking. That was unusual for me. I felt like the more I tried to like play passive, leave myself open, the more likely he was to go into this. And I know other people complain about this, where it's almost like he went into an all or nothing mode, and that would happen sometimes. There was also kind of like a hitch to it. Like he does almost like a bit of a wind up. And so I was very visual on it. I didn't, I would be tough for me to compare it to anyone else's for certain. For me, it was very visual. And the last part was, if anyone still has it to do, I found that sometimes if I went too early, I could actually dex again and still get it. That happened to me multiple times, which was interesting for me. So, I remember there was something kind of special about this node. Special attacks are unblockable. Don't want to stun her too much if I don't have to. Oh, this Rising Sun. All right, let's go ahead and let's play some Strife. Let's do this. Let's play some Strife. All right. It's about getting this set up here. There we go. Oh man, did not mean to do that. Looks like we got lucky though. See, like right there. I don't know. That just didn't feel right to me. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. Rogue is kind of a cheater in general. I find there's something about her reach on her medium dash, and the fact that she often does like multiple hits toward you. Well, she's not doing it now. That whenever there's inconsistency in the game, champs like Rogue kind of get away with murder.
They're like, this is my time to shine. I'm ready.
Man, it has been a while since I did this quest, so I'm not fully remembering this fight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's other champions that can take it. It's really fun with him. At least my recollection was that it was.
Yeah, this is cool. This is going pretty well.
She's played along twice now, though. And you can still block it. The problem is her special is unblockable. So, but I think it shows off some stuff with Strife, which is what I wanted to kind of do with the passive. Right, with his passive shock, that's the kind of thing. I want to make this very clear. I am not saying he's as good as Hercules. Let's just please. But like I was saying much earlier with Hercules about how he doesn't have armor break on his kit. He gets stronger. I think it's his SP2. Something about his SP2 hits hard. I don't remember exactly what it was. When the defender has armor ups instead of having an armor break. That stood out to me as unusual, unique, like, that's interesting. Maybe that could be helpful in the game as it progresses. And then this with him, with Strife having these passive shocks right off of his SP1. To me, that's a thing. That's a thing. So, Grandmaster cannot miss or be evaded. All right, so we're talking about that. What's up, Agent? How you doing, buddy? Why is Gamora? She's okay. You know, Buddy Lee put out a Gamora video. I've not had a chance to watch it, but based on, and Buddy doesn't do clickbait, based on the title and the thumbnail, it looks like he was doing some really solid damage with her. So if you're interested in Gamora, I would really, really, really recommend checking that out. Checking that out. OG Highline, how was the draft? It was great, actually. And can we get Campo's channel up since he's joined the call? That way, folks who are enjoying the knowledge he's dropping can know exactly where to check out Campo. How was the draft? The draft was awesome. Unfortunately, my dad got sick and he wasn't able to make it. So it's a family and friends league. We've been playing for like 22 years. And so that was really disappointing. I haven't seen him in over a year and a half. But I got to see my brothers and some of my best friends. We had an absolutely great time. We always take it way too seriously, which I think is what makes it even more fun. We had like our big rules dinner, and we actually revamped our league quite a bit for the first time in forever. But I'm really looking forward to those changes. And so now Campo's channel is pinned. Thank you, Agent. And my first draft pick. So for those of you who play fantasy football, know that this can happen. I drafted 7th, and we're a keeper league, so you could keep 3 players, you could keep 2, whatever. The relevant part was there were 6 players I really wanted. I would have been happy with any of those 6. And of course, they all got drafted. And then I had to pick up Taking Fun Seriously. Exactly, Spinnaker. You got it. And the 7th player I got was Mike Evans. Keep in mind that this is really like the 4th or 5th round, depending on how you count them, of most drafts, because we keep 3 players. So I think getting Mike Evans in like the 5th round, I felt pretty confident with that, and I did need a receiver. It's just not, it was not the receiver I wanted. So, yeah.
I remember, I don't play fantasy football anymore, but I remember the year Mike Evans broke out, and like, what was it? Was it 2016? I don't know. I might be making that up, but I just remember I had him and I got him very low in the draft, and he's been like a pretty top pick for the last years before that. I'm not sure where he stands now, but yeah, I have memories of Mike Evans on my team.
Yeah, didn't he have like 15 touchdowns or something like that year? Yeah,
it was.
He's a monster. He was a great receiver, or is a great receiver. And now that Brady's there, it's one of those arguments of like, well, they're not throwing as much. They're not behind as much as they used to be, like in previous years when Jameis was there. And they're also spreading the ball around more. Antonio Brown is there. And then, of course, Chris Godwin is a very good receiver, too. So there's all those like detractors. However, Brady is there. So like the quality of passes that Evans is now getting have risen significantly. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I have to admit he is clearly one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. So I think those all balanced out. I'm contented with it. It's not one of those draft picks where I'm like, okay, now I need to trade this guy. Like, how quickly can I do this? I'm very contented with it. And I could be wrong. Hopefully we have some fantasy football fans in here. I'm starting to think about doing some more stuff with it. I think the best receiver on my team was the guy I actually kept, and it was I can't believe now I can't think of his name. This is funny. He plays for the Washington Redskins. He's an awesome receiver. Let me look up his name. It's just totally escaping me. Obviously, I know it. Oh man. Oh well, I'll look it up later. But if anyone knows and can say it, I'd appreciate it. Washington Redskins receiver going into his 3rd season, and you know what? That's old habits dying hard. The Washington football franchise. Sorry for anyone who was
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about
it's
that.
All good.
Yeah. But speaking of Buddy Lee, see, you talk about Buddy and he shows up. You summon him. I actually didn't realize just how much damage he can do. Lacking utility, but the buff made it easier to ramp up crazy damage. 45k minions by the end of the Star-Lord fight. Wow. Yeah. Like I said, I know you don't do clickbait. I saw the thumbnail and the title. So check that out. If anyone is interested in Gamora, please check that out. Yeah, actually, Buddy, are you your first one will probably be Tigra. All right, cool. Are you going to do? I hope to see a cool video on that. That'll be exciting. All right, let's see what this looks like. Nothing too crazy off of this. Yeah, so getting him as my number 2 receiver feels a little bit ridiculous. I think he's going to be solid. I cannot believe I can't remember the guy in Washington. I can't believe I can't think of his name. I'm very excited about this guy. He was a rookie, and I watched him destroy my Eagles. He just lit them up. We knew he might be good, but he just took him to town in the opening day. This was 2 seasons ago, of course. But I was so excited about it.
Is it? I'm just looking at their depth chart. Is it Terry McLaurin?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a nickname for him, and I didn't want to just go with that. But a lot of people call him the Jet. So he's insanely fast, but he's big too. He's a big guy. He's not, he's not Calvin Johnson big, but he's a big dude.
Mm-hmm. So we got Sergeant MCoC says, "Hey Vega, how you doing? I finally got my first rank 5 champion, Corvus Glaive Awakened. I'm super stoked, but need some more ISO to take him to level 65. Yeah, ISO can run short for sure. I think we've all had those moments where you can't get enough of the 4-star crystals for those dudes. But congratulations, man. Corvus Glaive, as a rank 5, he has carried a lot of us in AQ and a lot of other places for a long time.
Hey, check this out, guys. I'm going to intentionally hold that. That's another thing people don't remember about Strife is his telepathic hits or whatever. It's his mediums, his heavies, and I think his specials are considered that. They cannot be evaded. So even though she has her passive evade charged up, I tried to hold the heavy so everyone could see it. She could not evade it, so that was kind of safe. I didn't play this fight exceptionally well. I think it's better to ramp him off as SP1. But that's a kind of cool Strife mechanism. And huge congrats on, especially Corvus Glaive. That is such an awesome champion to rank up as your first. Was that first rank 5?
First rank 5-star, yep. Yeah, that's I'm cool. Assuming he didn't mean 6-star. Rank 5. Which, by the way, the rank up formula, I saw, because we saw that first rank 4 Doom in ASR, and it, I watched that video and it showed the rank up formula for a rank 5, and it's just an insane amount of catalyst that won't come out for a year plus. So that just kind of cracked me up.
So in like 2025, we'll be getting them.
Yeah. We say that now, and then in a year and a half, all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's true. We always say it's going to be like forever away, and then it never is as long as it feels like, right?
Yeah.
And again, for anyone who was interested in Strife, that is not the best way to ramp him up. It's way better to do it off the SP1. I just messed it up early. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to blame everything on the game, but I am feeling very badly for people who aren't playing on a brand new device right now.
Yeah. And I've heard some people say that Android has been better lately than some of the iPhone problems. I don't know if anyone can corroborate that or not.
Supposedly Android was significantly better.
I had, not to spoil it, but in one of my upcoming war videos, I had my first death of the season, and it was really shady. I don't want to blame the game, but I just was kind of staring in shock at my screen as it happened. So I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It always hurts worse in war. Like here, I'm like, I can revive or I can back out. Like, no big deal. But in war, you have to revive, and you've now done the one thing you did not want to do.
So I think we're getting some Spider-Man 2099 love here.
Yeah,
is that correct? I think Tafre he grinded for the 5-star and has been messing around with him a little bit. I'd be interested to kind of hear if you guys can summarize what you like about him, because obviously the community hasn't given him a lot of thought yet. 2099, that is.
If you want to see some awesome 2099 gameplay, check out Fluffy's channel. He's been doing some cool stuff, man.
Awesome.
And it's with a 6-star, so it's not a super high sig. When I don't remember, we test as thoroughly as we can, as quickly as possible. And so I don't remember everything about him. I remember thinking that his sig was going to be a big deal. And so it's cool to see Fluffy doing all the stuff he's doing with what I think is a Sig 40, he told me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted him to be good just because of my age, like growing up collecting comics and stuff. 2099 came out, you know, and in some formative years for me. And I have some sort of key issues with some cool poster fold outs of the character in that original costume and stuff. So I had really high hopes.
So that was, for those who are actually paying attention to the Strife, we're willing to learn, that was a significantly, you saw how much faster not only the fight went, but ramping him up. And because he's awakened, I think only having like Sig 40, he'll carry over a few of those. Ideally, would have gotten to the 3 to lock them in. Yeah, Spider 99 was a big deal for a lot of people for those reasons. I hope that there's uses for him. I also remember thinking that there was possibly some things there. I think it was like the Wither debuff, where, and doesn't he get a benefit from crossing defenders over a line of power, I feel like. And I felt like there was maybe some possible interactions there. But I liked him. I was like, okay, this is a quality champion. He's not Hercules. But this is a quality champion who has uses. You're not like, you didn't just waste a crystal if you pull him. That's for darn sure. And if you like him, you can do some cool stuff like Fluffy is doing. Hey, Astro, what's up, dude? What's up, buddy? I haven't had time to respond to them yet, but I am happy to hear that I was finally able to not trick. I'm not trying to trick people with the thumbnail titles of my crystal openings, but I do like to have some fun. And for people who want to kind of guess who they think I'm going to pull, do a few nods to who's coming and things like that. I think it's kind of part of like what we're doing on the Discord server with the riddles. So. Hey, Spin, what's up, buddy? Are you in the chat?
Yeah, hello.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just another day, another weekday.
Yeah. I apologize if you were there for a while and I didn't see you.
Oh no. I was kind of waiting because didn't want to like interrupt the conversation because you guys were having some insightful thoughts on Spider 2099.
Yeah, and it looks like Toffrey is sharing some info on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited to see more about Spider 2099 because he does seem to have a bit in his kit. His kit makes me think that we're gonna see more things that punish petrifies.
Yeah. It's kind of yes, I agree. I don't think these things happen for no reason. I mean, I understand it's important not to think everything is going to be important. But when we just start to see certain abilities come out, I think it's worth keeping an eye on.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Super Skrull when his Undermine Undermine buff came out. It was kind of like, why would I ever care about this when I have True Strike? And I think now, 4 to 6 months later, we're seeing an example of where that might actually potentially be useful.
Yeah, and so that's a good. I'm going to piggyback on that because it goes back to something I was saying earlier. Is why like Hercules armor break thing? Why that raised my eyebrow? Is because Hercules is already good. He's already good, and so like if they're already good and there's something new or unique, then I think like okay, cool. If this becomes a problem further in the game, this champion will stay relevant longer. If that makes sense. When it comes out on a champion who's maybe not so great. To me, it's like, okay, this is a way this champion might have a use later, but I'm not overly excited about him. For me, it's more like, oh, someone else will probably come along who also has this. That makes sense? I think I explained it pretty well.
No, I completely agree.
What's up, 616? How you doing? You got it, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Smith and the Angel pull kind of hurt because it rolled over a Sunspot. Oh. Were you going for prestige there? I like Sunspot. I think he's very good. But I know a lot of people are very excited about Angela. I think she's good too. The Sig is important in my experience. Buddy's saying as far as Miles buff, I'm not a big fan of the buff. However, the Spider Hem synergy gives him pretty good damage. I'm thinking a lot of conflicting thoughts on Miles. And it makes sense to me that this is happening. Remember, every CCP member or every YouTuber who put out a video on him yesterday had an hour, maybe, to play him. And that's just tough. That is really, really tough. I mean, maybe you could do that with like OG Iron Man, you know? You'd be able to play him for 10 minutes and you're like, I got it. But remember, everyone was putting that out. I think Cam put something out or he streamed. I know Mike put something out. They're doing their best to get quick information out, right? And then it's up to us and to them too, but it's up to us over time, over weeks and months, to thoroughly test these champions. I'm actually considering doing a full review on Miles because I like him. I want Miles to be good, but there's just so many champions right now. Got a little bit of a backlog, so I'm not sure. Maybe I should put up a poll because that's always smart, right? Is obviously if you're gonna put that much time into a video, you want it to do well, or I do anyways. I think most people would too. And so knowing that there's viewers who would like to see it is always really helpful. It's always really helpful.
He's a little lacking in utility for me. Actually, Top Race said kind of the same thing, just damage and nothing more. And sort of like stealthy, he needs that high sig to get the Fury to be really potent. And he didn't really get much love in the prestige changes or anything. So, you know, a sig 200 Miles, 6-star rank 3, you know, I'm not going to assume there's going to be too many of those laying around. And, you know, it's one of those things where he does have the ability to miss. And the only time it's 100% reliable is on an unblockable special attack, it seems like, which is cool. But then when it's only like a 35% chance on the other hits, it's more in the vein of like Mr. Fantastic's evade, where like sometimes it'll help you out if you're blocking bullets or something with projectiles, you'll miss some of them. But you can't have that reliability of like Hood or Ghost, where it's like you're guaranteed to miss, or Strife, where you can just like get that opening.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of the things for me.
That doesn't sound good
I
at
feel like
all.
the fact that him and Fantastic are both science champs, I would much rather use Mr. Fantastic for that kind of mechanic.
Yeah, because he's just got loads of utility otherwise. Whereas with Miles, it's just you fight and eventually things happen and then you get a passive Fury. You know, it's sort of like if you try to set it up and get this perfect 3 Fury situation, you're probably going to die in the process because it's such a balance and threading the needle to get it to happen.
Oh, for sure. And also, I'm pretty sure Mr. Fantastic's evade chance goes much higher than Morales's evade plus miss chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta say, you guys did not sell me on wanting to test. If your goal was to make me not want to test Miles, you did a heck of a job. You should be commended. Because and you guys both use like terms or lines that are exactly what I look for. And as part of like we're at some about Spider-Ham, so I'll just go with it. Is one of the things I love about Spider-Ham is like you just play him and the good things in his kit happen. Like you're triggering stuff and whatever, or the ability is just there when you need it, like his taunt or what have you. It's part of what I love about Hercules. And so a champion like Miles, where that doesn't happen, and then you're very much trying to force fit a scenario, I find that's often where fights go wrong for me. Because I'm trying so hard to get this like optimal output when the fight is not that simple. And so that concerns me. And I will say, because I've been very excited about Kitty and people who are listening to me, that's my potential concern with Kitty. That's my other concern. One is, how is she being like Incinerator immune or in those sorts of things? Like what's just her damage if she's not played at her ceiling? The other one is, are the things just happening because you're playing her, or do you have to set up 3 or 4 or 5 things and then have this great SP2? If that's the case, she might just not be my kind of champion, and we'll let Panda Man Pete, wow us with his videos, because I'm sure he will. I feel very confident he will.
I think the second Campo compared Miles to Stealthy, it was over for you, Vega.
Yeah, it's
magic words.
That's an easy way to get me to stop anything.
Yeah. And then some people are talking about how we'll be on defense. And we were talking about this in our battle group chat the other day, that if you basically don't throw special attacks, you're going to be fine, because the only time he gets his spider camo as a defender is after you throw a special attack, and then he has a chance to miss everything for a little bit. But someone brought up, well, again, DLL, I think, because he's got a really good brain for this stuff. He brought up that maybe on one of the strike counter nodes, where if you don't throw specials, he's going to gain a bunch of furies. That could be an interesting placement. But Tafre said just use OR or AA and easy game. It's over. Don't have to throw specials. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to see some nasty defenders. I'll be interested to see that if Miles makes it.
I mean, if you're playing with Nick, I find it hard to see most situations going poorly.
That's
like a single special one, and you're already countering his miss, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know we had a really good discussion about Nick on the Discord server the other day. I don't know if you guys caught it because of time zones and whatnot. But I'm not putting down Nick. I think Nick is still the best skill champion in the game. So I want to make this very clear. I'm not putting down Nick. I think in war and things like that, he is balanced out a little bit by you don't have to play his second life, obviously, you know. But that ceiling, his amazingness, is that second life, and you're playing him at such a low health pool that I'm very comfortable with him. Let's put it that way. I don't think Nick is an overpowered champion that potentially needs to be nerfed or something like that. I don't think he's breaking the game, if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely not.
Like, I like that there's a little bit of a risk to him. He's about as good as I want a champion to be in this game.
Yeah, I agree, because we're not seeing him dominate the war map, and he's a good option for a lot of Act 7 stuff, just because the difficulty of Act 7 is a little bit less than some of the other endgame content, and he's just a beast for getting stuff like that down if it's the right matchup. But sure, I hear you.
I don't remember Captain America being this passive ever. This has been like...
Yeah, Lee Baxa said Elsa Bloodstone gives Nick a run for his money. And I feel like this is sometimes the reason why people don't like Elsa Bloodstone, is because a lot of people try to like compare her to other people in the skill class, which is not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
But I do think Nick just does a few things a little better.
Yeah.
Whereas Elsa has a much better Purify. Like, it's kind of an apples oranges situation for me.
Yeah. I completely agree. And I think that was even kind of my resistance to Elsa, was the community that likes her, I think, elevates her too much. So I do disagree. But I also then was wrong for not focusing on her for just what she does, right?
Exactly.
Like, and also the other thing, this is one of the things that's been cool about there's been a lot of things that's been cool about doing YouTube, but another thing was kind of just learning like how many players there are in this game. And like, there's this guy. So I'll tell us. I want to say hi to Work real quick. What's up, Work? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. There's this guy. He goes by JP, and for like the last, it feels like 4 or 5 months, I'll put out the rankings video, and he's like, "You're wrong about Hitmonkey, and here's why." And I'll be like, "All right, yeah. I mean, that's cool." And one of the things I've kind of been telling myself, so I'm like, "Well, what happened to me? You know, the story I'm telling myself is JP must have gotten Hitmonkey early, or he really likes him." And so Hitmonkey's been extremely valuable to him because he can do a lot of things. But if he had all of these champions, he would see that, you know, they can do more, or they're better, or they're superior, or whatever. And I think that happens sometimes. First of all, I was wrong. I admit I'm wrong. Hitmonkey's going up in the rankings soon. And the other thing, though, is... we're seeing that where, you know, you get a champion and you use them for so much and you like know them inside and out. And I think that happened with Elsa too, is she can do a ton and people have used her to do a lot of things. She's probably saved people a lot of units and things like that. And they didn't have Nick, you know? And so I think that's, I'm trying to keep that sort of thing in context more when getting these questions and stuff like that. That was very old man Vega. That was a winding path to get where we were going.
Oh, I love it. Well, it's funny to bring up Elsa because I think between me and Spin, we're two of her biggest fans.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, I don't have Nick Fury, and like you and I have talked about this before because you just got him, and it's like our brotherhood has officially ended of the non Nick Fury-ness. But yeah, I ranked Elsa early, and I have a video on her kind of going over her kit and stuff, and it's the short answer on her is like she has pretty good damage, and that evade counter thing that she does creates openings, and like a lot of the time that's enough, and then you take on her Purify and her ability to do evades on some fights, not all fights, and it's a workable kit, and she's fun to play. But Nick Fury is a much better champ, but she is usable in a lot of scenarios for sure. And yeah, Rob Van Schu is another big Elsa fan. He's got some good stuff. If someone wants to link his channel too, he's a friend of this channel.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I will probably catch some hands for saying this, but if I didn't have Nick awakened, like if I just had a 6-star Nick, I would have probably still taken up Elsa over him. And granted, that's due to me not having deep wounds, due to me enjoying Elsa more, but Elsa's DPS is just so ridiculously high that oftentimes she can be fit in as sort of a square peg to a round hole in a similar situation to Nick, but without that awakened ability, I would think Elsa can do it better. Like Sim Supreme, Summer of Pain, I was able to just nuke that down with Elsa by just finishing the fight before I got enough things expiring on me.
I
tried that.
I want to take a quick second and congratulate Thierry for using Posh. I love that. Thank you. That is, I love that. Like, this has been a stream full of a lot of amazing things, and that is up there now for me. OG Highline, dude, hopefully you're still here. Back to work. Thanks so much for stopping by, dude. Always appreciate the support, and happy to be back. Thank you for being here for it. Does Strife need to be awakened? No, but one of the things that like you're seeing in this is I'm starting each fight with those persistent charges. They are much easier to have with his awakened ability, so it kind of cuts both ways. So and if I have Aegon, is he worth ranking? Yeah, I think so. They are different. I know he was kind of sold as the mutant Aegon, and I think that's because he is another option for things like Abyss of Legends, but they are different. They are different, and they can do different things. So I think so. And then we have Yusafa is here too. What is up? Telling Jacob to shush. I've seen someone die to Nick after launching an AA. Yusafa, I don't think you're referring to me, but that did happen to me. And B Manny comforted me and told me he thought it was a bug. So I felt a lot better. I felt a lot better after that. I think we're good. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, I know I interrupted the Elsa talk. I really like her, and Campo's video is amazing on her.
I would kind of conclude by, I know we've talked about this before, but I don't think she's underrated anymore. I also don't think she's overrated. I think she's just what she is, and there's some champs like that where it's like she's been called underrated for so long that I think people understand her, but then at the same time, there's some people that oversell her for what she can do. So she's kind of right where she belongs. And, I don't know if she's made it to super premium for you yet, but like I would kind of put her there on my list because I end up bringing her to almost every war because there's usually something for her to do on path 4 or something like that. So she gets a ton of usage from me, but I would rather have Nick Fury if I were so lucky to get him.
Definitely. Question for you, Vega, from the chat: Prof X versus Strife, who's better?
Ooh, dangerous question.
Professor X. We actually got that earlier, and this has been good having to play him like this, especially play him like while trying to stream. And you guys know me, I prefer to like enjoy the chat and whatnot. And I've never really noticed this with him before, and maybe it's because I'm not paying as much attention. But like the way I think you ideally want to ramp him is that SP1, he goes invisible, the defender will attack in, you heavy, and you can ramp him pretty quickly that way. This is like the third or fourth fight where the defender just does not want to throw their SP1. And I start to get backed up. Is it a big deal? I mean, you saw like how quickly he just killed that Silver Surfer. I don't know if it's like a big deal, but it's a thing. I think it's something to be aware of. And then the question to Professor X and Strife. Definitely Professor X. I got this question earlier, so I think it's something a lot of people are probably wondering. So, in the current game, Professor X is, in my opinion, one of the best champions. I have him on the top shelf of Mutant. I feel very strongly about that. Keep in mind, on top of all that amazing damage you see, he also ramps up. So, like, that's just him out of the box. So when you're seeing these amazing videos on him, keep in mind, sometimes that's the first fight. And then also, he counters, I believe it's Miss, and I know he counters Evade just by being him. I think he gets like 25 channeling charges. If you have him awaken, that's going to happen very, very fast. And those are things I think you want to counter. Those are like some of the staple defensive hurdles that in a fight. Those are some of those just very common. They're just there. They're in champion kits and things like that. So he is amazing in the current game, and we're not seeing anything that makes us think that he's going to fall off. Stryfe, I think, is very good. I think he is. I obviously enjoy him. I'm having a lot of fun with him. If I still had long form content to do, I would be very excited about using him in it. And I think he has things that may make him more valuable as the game goes on. Only time will tell. That is purely me just going off of playing this game forever. I want to make it very clear that it's not CCP information. It's not like anyone has said, like, Strife's going to get better or anything like that. So I just want to make that clear. Strife is king longform bench rating. You're seeing him right now work. You're seeing him right now dominating. He's dominating. Best X without a doubt. Okay, yeah. So I always love when the chat jumps in. Who is immune to mind control? Would that be the same as having the psychic shielding? I can't remember exactly what happens when you try to use Professor X against psychic shielding champions. I know it's not good.
I'm not quite sure. I don't think I've played around with Professor X enough.
He does have some weaknesses, and that's one of them. Yeah, you know what, Campo, you're right. Rogue is shady.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
At least she doesn't have invade this time.
That's a good point. But she wouldn't even let me start the fight off the way I wanted to. That was not very kind of her. All right, here we go. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this, because I need to throw a heavy here soon. I'll just let the Furies run off, I guess. There we go. Much better. All right. Let's see. All right. There she totally cooperated. She redeemed herself.
I love it.
Yeah. She's like, thanks for the compliment. That really means a lot to me, Vega. She was really worried about it.
I found this month, like I said earlier, like I barely remember this fight because I did it so long ago. Once Summer of Pain hit, that sort of just became the main focus in terms of like where my brain was spent. And then plus Alliance War season started. So I'm like, oh yeah, this was an EQ that happened this month. I almost forgot about it.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, I definitely was not intending to show it off. That was not like but you've seen it here a few times. Stryfe does have like a nice little defensive counter there with his going invisible. You don't typically want to use it though, because, or you're not like happy about it because it does lessen your ramp, or it takes away charges that you could get as persistent charges. But you saw it play in there, right? And he's already ramped up, so it really didn't affect my damage output at all. I like Stryfe. I like him a lot. It wasn't the best showcase of him, but we had fun with it. And then what were you saying, Spin?
Oh no, I was just saying, I don't think I've explored the last 3 event quests just with all the stuff going on in the game. We've been pretty healthy with a lot of content here.
There's been a ton. I mean, there's a reason why I'm just now finishing it, right? As much as I've enjoyed Summer of Pain and all of these things, I really hope we get like at least a month or 2 reprieve from it. I mean, there's no word on anything coming out, so it's not like I'm scared that it's happening imminently. But I wouldn't mind if we if we could get something official from them saying that nothing big will come out for a while. A MCoC crystal. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right, let's open up that tier 5 CC Nexus. We'll probably just open up some crystals here really quick. Nothing crazy, no 6 stars. But we'll open these few things up and then maybe do a bit of arena. And then we're going to raid Taters. I know he's going to be going on in a few minutes, so we'll raid Taters.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, isn't this interesting, right? Considering that I'm trying to choose between Hercules, Shang-Chi, Professor X, and potentially Kitty Pryde as my first rank 4. I know what I picked for some of my Summer of Pain, the exploration rewards. Obviously, the milestones have not come in yet. There. Do you guys have strong feelings on that? I know I've been asking a lot in various places.
Of your next rank 4 being Shang-Chi versus Hercules?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I commented and voted. I don't know if you remember what I said.
You were Shang-Chi, weren't you?
Yeah, there's an excitement about him when I hear you talk about him that's not there for the other ones. So even though he's not, the most conventional one, I think could be a good one.
I think I have to say that I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed Hercules. Like from the minute I started playing him on the CCP. Like I used the phrase, he feels like someone who's telling dad jokes before they're a dad. And he's amazing. And like his Infuriate debuff is incredible. His intercepting with specials is absurdly open. Like it's almost like unfair because as someone who enjoys Black Panther, there's a part of me that's just reluctant to do it. And I almost wonder if I'm being a little bit like kind of stubborn about just wanting to be different. Because I know there's going to be so many Hercules rank 4s. But I do enjoy Shang. And, Campbell, I don't think we knew each other as well when I was playing Professor X a lot. I got him like day 1. And I think he was one of my first real reviews on Champions as having a YouTube channel. Whereas like this guy is amazing.
I remember that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was following your channel then. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome to hear. Yeah. And that was before, a lot of folks had discovered the superior way to get his ramp going. So I just, what I might do? I might ask Cam to, this is to me just feels like one of those, I should involve as many smart people as possible. And he put out something about the stat increases from rank 4 to rank 5. And that he felt like healers and champions who had ways to increase their stats. So he was saying Fury. I asked him about Shang-Chi. He felt like the chi charges would have a similar effect. I wonder if he was including prowess. I wonder if he would feel similarly about prowess. If there'd be a nice... so literally what Work just wrote is how I feel about... How I'm worried I would feel if I took up Hercules. And I realize it's like, dude, it's your first rank 4. Get over it. It's just, I don't know. It's fun to talk about. And I like Hercules. I like him a lot more than I think Work does. But I feel like there's this little part of me that's going to feel like I sold out. Yeah, I think if anyone can relate to that term or kind of has an idea of what that means, I'll feel like I sold out a little bit if I go with him as opposed to like a Shang or a Professor X. I see we had a question. Is my Strife Sig 200? No, he's Sig 20 or 40. I didn't even need to crap on him. The gameplay spoke for itself. Jacob. I'm doing a Strife video now. It has to happen. What's up, Michael? Thanks for stopping by. Did anyone hear? I believe it is incorrect. What I would do, though, Michael, is guys, for those who don't know what Michael's question was, it's related to Nimrod's prestige. Wait for something official from Kabam. Or from or until you hear a CCP member be like, no, this is definitely what his prestige would be. In fact, there may have been a message put out. I'll check right now. Spin, you were on your way to saying something, weren't you?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, if begrudgingly is even on your mind, or like you even potentially think you'd have any regrets, I feel like that's just not a good option. I feel like the fact that you've already SIG 200 Shang-Chi is kind of indicative of the fact that you were on that train, you know?
Absolutely. Okay, guys, so let me... I do not believe there's anything saying I'm not allowed to say this, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this so we can start getting information out to people. And maybe it's already there. But Nimrod is not supposed to be the new number one prestige. The information on his spotlight is correct. I did not see his spotlight, but if you go to his spotlight, I would assume that's on the Kabam forums, or maybe they did a video on it. That would be the correct prestige. So it's still very high. It is still very high, but it is not overtaking Surfer and Doom. So I think that's important for everyone to kind of know and see that.
Yeah, it's like in the 13.7-ish range, I believe.
Okay, so that's still up there. I mean, that is nothing to shake a stick at, and I think that's the highest. Excuse me, the highest tech champion, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's probably somewhere around Overseer Phoenix area, I think. I don't have that information in front of me, but yeah, in terms of tech, Silver Centurion is the highest currently, and I don't think he cracks 0.7, so definitely, yeah. But no, he's not going to overtake Silver Surfer, is what I heard as well, so yeah.
Buddy, I love She-Hulk. I don't know if I'd be more excited to awaken I-Hulk or my 6-star She-Hulk. I have a maxed out 5-star She-Hulk, and I've been using it for a long time. I absolutely love her. Somehow, for a champion who was updated so long ago, she's continuing to grow on me. Vega used to be involved in my... Oh, he's talking to Agent. Okay. There are going to be too many Dooms. So her, like, that's it too, or work. Like, I'm, guys, for people who are like, dude, get over it, just rank Hercules. I'm from the time when, like, everyone ranked Blade. And so it's just kind of like going through that again too. When I really wanted to rank Sparky. I loved Sparky. So I'll think that through. If I R4 Apocalypse over Doom or Surfer, is that crazy? No, I don't think it is. Only crazy if you're in, like, the bleeding edge AQ rewards, and they really want you to rank for Surfer, and they're like, well, if you do Doom, that's okay, but you better bring Surfer up next. But I think Apocalypse is in there is as far as, like, quality of champion, usability, he's up there with Doom in my idea. In terms of the channel, I think either Shang or Professor X would be better. Jacob, I think you're kind of getting at something else. I've been kind of more or less asking. So I bring up Hercules. Yay! Me and 10 other YouTubers did it. All right. I think she does, K-Dog. But that's a little... You know what I've also realized, too, is, like, one of my other sayings... There's a lot of sayings. Is play the game. Don't let the game play you. And this has happened so many times where I'm like, oh, the next great champion is going to be amazing. And I'm going to save for the crystal that's 6 months away. And... blah, 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 blah. And it's always really fun. I have a blast doing it. But I think there's something, Work in Progress has said this a few times, like in the advice channel on the Discord server, or just maybe even on stream or whatever. He's like, I like to play the current game. And Work, I see you're still in the chat, so I apologize if I'm getting you wrong, but I think it's correct. He's like, I play the current game. It's fun to prognosticate and guess, and I know I personally enjoy that. But rank for the game that's there. And so I'm going to try to balance that out. Because I'm in the CCP, I am going to get early access to Kitty. So I'm going to be able to kind of test her out quite a bit. And then I think, we'll continue that conversation. And you guys will be able to even tell, I think, by what I do, how great I think she is. I do think she's going to be, at a minimum, very good, though. KT has been talking about AR for her. Yeah, Jacob. So I hadn't even read that yet, but you get what yeah, that's my whole, like, oh, cool. Vega and 10 other YouTubers all have R4 Hercs. Slayman, thanks for the advice, brother. All right, guys. All right. I think it's time for us to raid Taters. Does anyone have the ability to link his stream? He is taking on Summer of Pain. Let's go ahead and cheer him on. And just like the first couple people, if we could do that, what is it, Vega raid? This shows you guys how rarely I do the raids.
I think this should be it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Let's go over there. Let's cheer him on. He's really entertaining. I'm sure all of you guys know him. He's very entertaining, very different than me. And he's doing that Summer of Pain. So that's it. So much thanks. So many people and things to thank. Jacob, Slaymon, thank you for signing up. I'm really pumped up to have you guys as members now. And thank you to Campo and Spinnaker for both joining the call. It's always a blast. Thank you to OG Highline for the donations. And I think Jacob had a donation too, so thank you for that. And happy to be back. We'll be on it this week. And then let's go Campo. Campo was here first. Let's go with Campo. And then Spin, do you guys have anything you would like to add?
No, man. Just welcome back. Nice to see another stream, and looking forward to Tater's stream too.
Likewise on my part, and good luck to anyone who's grinding out Summer of Pain in the last few days.
Cool. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. I'm pretty sure tomorrow. Take care.